Hi there guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Jake here for another reaction, and today I'm reacting to The Last of Us Season 2 Episode 2. Now where we left off in the last episode, we now have Dina in our life, as in Ellie. There was some bigotry. Joel pushed some people to the ground. Joel and Ellie are not talking at the mo. And we had some backstories to do with Abby about her wanting to kill Joel. We had some new stuff. We met the stalkers. New stuff is in like, you know what I mean. We had the stalkers, which was cool. They know that the cordyceps were in the roots that were in the pipe. So does that one suggest something? Pardon me. Don't know if you heard the burp. That was a burp. Sorry. And so we left off with Ellie going to her room. And Joel being like, well, her garage room, and Joel be like, after he stood up for her. We had Abby and her crew outside Jackson, and we had the cordyceps feeling some sparklers. Now listen, if you're new to this channel after onto this one, I played the game. I replayed it just before this, so I prepared myself for some for some stuff, and I don't know whether that stuff happens at all this season or ever, or if it's this episode. But I am mentally there just in case. But I'm not mentally there just in case. But we'll see. Anyway, I am going to jump into this. So I hope I enjoyed this episode. I hope you enjoyed this reaction, and if you do, drop a like, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. That'll be superb. But other than that, see you on the other side. Oh, okay. Starting off here, are we?
His brains are on the floor.
This is quite different from the game, as in this scene.
You're lying.
I like the difference in that nightmare. I like how it's different. She's still not buff. Listen, there was a 4 or 5 year gap, and not as in the actress or or like in the storytelling. It's annoying. I don't know. It is what it is. I just thought a big part of Abby's character was she was buff.
Guard towers flanking each exit, mounted patrols, all heavily armed, overlapping routes.
Oh, this guy really wants to do this
down there for sure. It's the patrols.
They also got dogs.
Let's not never forget the dogs.
We ambush a patrol. We tie him up. Make him tell us where Joel is.
Make them.
Yeah, we said that we weren't going to hurt anyone else.
Yeah.
I'm not going to...
We bluff. Scare him, you know?
Yeah.
If they don't, I'm onto something.
Okay. Then let's buy you some time then.
I don't like this.
I'll take the next... Fucking hour out here.
Maybe I'm just like, I'm not in it. But that's my dream, that. It being snow, fresh snow, and it being freezing. The dream.
You don't actually have a plan, do you?
No, I do.
Oh, there's a no, I don't.
The plan is to convince her to go back.
Oh, that's not going to happen.
Wow, you look like shit.
Dude,
That's lovely.
I want you to... You kissed her.
No.
Wow, Ellie, come on.
To make you jealous. It didn't mean anything. It didn't. I wouldn't do that.
I'm screwing with you, man. I don't care. Come on, get dressed. Gotta go.
You're a
You're
dick.
the worst.
Oh, okay.
They didn't think anything of it till 30 live ones broke through from underneath the corpses. They're using their own dead like insulation.
What? What? Okay, that's new.
Now we're thinking we don't know how many are underneath the snow. Could be 30 more.
Oh,
1,000 more.
shit.
Thousands.
Cool
Get the fuck
thinking.
outta here.
Yeah, they actually could just be lying in wait under the snow. Oh, that's scary. Oh, maybe I don't like this this snowstorm world. I'm alright, thanks. Give me bland weather.
No offense, man. I'm gonna do my patrol with Joel.
Yes, Vince, 'cause
are
that's
you?
one person you've been
But I'm still me. He's still Joel, and we And nothing's ever gonna change that. Ever. So you can stop talking about us, worrying about us.
Now, if you don't mind, I'm gonna go on patrol with him. Like fucking daddy-daughter day. Okay? Okay.
For what it's worth, he wanted to go with you, but he said we should let you sleep. Let's hit the restaurant.
He's such a good man.
I'm not hungry.
Such
Neither
a good
am I, but
father.
Maria wants to talk to you.
Safeties, please. Somebody shot themselves in the leg last week. All right, don't be Earl.
Fucking hell,
Bigger
Earl,
weapons,
you
the
gobshite.
team will handle those.
It happens to everyone. People get drunk and say awful shit they've never thought before.
Ellie.
No, that's fair. I shouldn't have said it. I shouldn't have even thought it. I'm sorry. I made you two some sandwiches if you're going out there.
That seems
They're
more
steak.
genuine than the game.
Fucking hope so. 10 seconds in, I already can't feel my ass.
Riding on the horse isn't going to make you feel your ass anymore anyway. It'll go numb from all the, you know, the pounding, you know? Wait. Oh, shit. God, filming on set must have been fantastic. HBO, a wall, an oncoming storm, the dead. Jesus Christ, this is Game of Thrones.
Mountaintop, repeat.
What spot?
This way!
They better not be going to the same spot as them, right? That's not the same spot then. It's cool. It's cool. I'm so happy they're getting to eat. Gosh. Gosh darn it. I just love horses so much.
Am I fucking hallucinating?
Maybe. Do you see a 7-Eleven full of weed?
Oh.
Yep.
Then no.
Okay, yeah, this is what's his faces.
Eugene.
There it is. That's his name.
He's my first patrol partner.
Yeah, the design's different from what it's in the game, and they've sort of switched it around. But as in who was the first patrol partner, etc. But yeah,
One day he showed us a raw deal. Joel having to put him down.
right, okay, because he got bit, right?
Fucking shame.
Not because of his weed habit.
What are you gonna do? Couldn't be saved.
He must have been bitten. I guess she kind of probably feels a little bit guilty because he could. I guess the idea is that he could have been saved if cool. I wish I could do that. Like yeah, he could have been saved obviously if there was a vaccine created. Do it. Do it. I believe in you. Bye. Right. Don't get me wrong. That probably hurts, but I would have loved every second of that. Uh-oh. Oh. Okay, but that means they're underneath, right? There's a lot of noise going on those boots on snow. Oh, that's cool. Oh my god, that's sick. What? This is cool. This is so spooky. Shifting like sand. Holy shit. Oh my god, look how many there is. Oh! What do you get? You have to get out quicker. You have to get out quicker. There is no way that... It looked like they lifted them up there, to be honest. That wall's collapsing. Maybe not. Looks reinforced. Yeah, I remember doing this during the game as well. I remember, I only finished playing it a couple of weeks ago. Oh my god! Oh, the claustrophobia is real. It's real! Oh shit!
Can you run? Run! That way!
Classic Joel, just saving people.
You sure about that? You sure about that?
Up here! I'm coming.
Oh, well, you've just won the fucking lottery, haven't you?
Hey, kid! Any bites? Let's go.
The lodge. My friends are holed up in a lodge halfway up the mountain. Not far. If the infected are down here, maybe there aren't any more up there.
Oh,
Fucking it.
Copper Mine, this is Jackson. Come in.
Copper Mine?
Joel, answer the goddamn radio.
Oh, Thomas. Don't you dare go out there.
What?
Check it.
Did
Did he make this?
Yeah.
You're gonna be in charge of Jackson one day. We all know, but that day has not yet come.
Fuck.
Oh, Copper Mine is the actual mine. It's not a,
Amy, come back.
what's the word? A code name.
Amy.
That's the right decision for them. Not these people. This probably isn't the right decision either. Motherfucker! There's just something magnificent about a horse in snow. Just magnificent. It's like you're not used to it.
I'm trying.
There's no snow there. Then there's snow. There's no way these fucking runners are going towards Jackson, are they? Or are they after them? Oh shit, there's more! There's the herd. Shit, they're going towards Jackson. Fuck. Ring the bell. Ring the bell.
I'll take the roofs. You take Main Street. Go.
Had to get a romantic kissing. It's weird. Kind of reminded me of Helm's Deep in the Lord of the Rings, the Two Towers. I'm liking the tension they're building as well. Right in between. Oh my god, we're getting a flamethrower. Yes. Yes. You'll need to give Tommy an endless amount of ammo. Endless. Oh my god. Oh! Ooh. That's aggressive. Are we using them to blow them? To put them on fire? Nice. Nice. Ho-ho! Motherfucker! Nice. Definitely helping. Jesus Christ, there's so many of them. Surprised I haven't seen a blower.
That's the best you can do!
Lodge is just up ahead. It's like a minute. We've got blankets, ammo.
Oh, fuck's
We
sake.
can fight.
Jesus, now fucking shells. All the casings. Where are they running to? Oh, there's a blower.
You had to ask.
Look up, little chunky bastard! Yes, Tommy! In the thick of it! Fucking A! Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness, I love him! I hate him, but I love him. That sound, man, it's horrible! Oh, you little pussies! You bunch of fucking pussies! Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I'm salivating with anger. Where are you running? You're not going to outrun them. You're literally... The last stand, the only way... I'm getting angry. Whew. Like... You've just seen what's coming. If you leg it, what do you think's going to happen? Like, the more people that leg it, there's more chances of you lose it. It's pussies, the lot of them. Oh, the bread! No! Yes! Oh, there goes the other one. No! Oh, fuck's sake. Goodness me. Oh my god, and this fucker hasn't even gone to the mix here. Taking it like a fucking champ.
Taking it like a champ.
Right here!
Tommy! Tommy! Thank god everyone's like shooting all the other ones around them. Oh my god!
No!
Oh Jesus, fuck. Oh my god.
Fuck!
Are we leading them back into the dead end? Oh, Tommy, start climbing somewhere.
Yes!
Go on, Tommy! Go on! He's just fucking just taking on the chip. Look up. We're running out soon, aren't we? Shit. Why was... Right, I'm telling you right now. Why were these fuckers not this slow when it came to me? Like, when I was doing this with the fucking thing, they were like... "Ugh," and then still be hitting me. It's ridiculous. Why is this easier than the fucking game? I say that for now. Jesus, look up. Oh, that's lucky. That is so unbelievably lucky. You jammy bastard. Yeah, shoot him in the head just to be sure. Or run away. I mean, more than likely he's dead, but I personally would have just double tapped him. I was about to say, like, honest to God, do you know when it showed them putting out the barrels and stuff like that? I was thinking to myself, like, surely there needs to be, because what it is that they're coming face head on, and then they're coming to the face. You need something to start taking them in from the side. So I was thinking, why wasn't there like a little thing to the side for dogs? I literally, because I was like, surely you'd want creatures in there, but we haven't got creatures that we could train other than dogs. I genuinely thought about releasing an army of dogs on them to at least help. And here we are. Woo! Here they come. Here they come to save the day. Oh, you precious, precious creatures. You don't deserve them.
Tommy, if you can hear me.
Joe.
Motherfuck.
Do it. If you don't do it, I'm gonna smash her in the fucking head.
Abby! Abby!
You wanna run? Fireflies.
Used to be. Haven't you heard? There are no more fireflies.
I wonder why.
There.
That is quick. That is so quick. I want it.
I'd say you're about, what, 6 feet? In your 60s now?
And looking good.
You actually
Handsome.
are. Pretty handsome.
Right? Yeah.
Congrats on that. Tell the truth, Joel. If you do, I'll let her live.
Wait, Abby.
Shut up!
He is way too
I saved
distracted.
your life.
Oh!
Life.
You fucking love that bitch.
Do you know how many you killed that day?
I don't know, fucking 50
Did
million?
you count as you went, or...
No, I'm not gonna lie, right? When I watch, I'll say, I'm trying to think which is the best way to put it. Nothing, actually, no, let's watch. Shut up, Jake. I'll talk about it afterwards.
Like 18 soldiers.
Is that it?
Pump those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers in this racket.
And one doctor.
Eh.
An unarmed doctor. You shot in the head.
Hold on. Hold on. I swear he had a scalpel. I'm certain he had a weapon in his hand. Not sure about that, Chief. Not sure about that one.
That was my dad.
I know I'm pausing. So, now that she's mentioned it, then what I was going to say, because I was about to, in case people didn't work that out, I was going to say that, you know, firstly, I'm fairly, in the game, he has a scalpel in his hand. I'm fairly certain he has a scalpel in his hand there as well. Secondly, there was definitely more than 18 people in the fucking game. Oh my god. It would have been at least murdered about 50 people. At least. It was beautiful.
I saw him. I was 19.
And he was about to kill a 14-year-old.
It doesn't matter if you have a code like me. You're a lawless piece of shit like you. There are just some things everyone agrees are just fucking wrong.
He's about to kill a 14-year-old. Can you just say something like that?
I have waited
Oh,
so...
just shut the fuck up and do it already.
You don't get to rush this.
Oh, going for the shin. Well, where she shot. Sorry. Which is probably the shin.
Abby.
Oh, the thudding. The distant thudding. Motherfucking yes!
Someone fucking up! No!
Oh.
Joel, get up. Joel. Please, no, please don't, please don't do it, please don't. I'm gonna kill you. You're all gonna fucking die!
Oof, I felt that last you're all gonna fucking die. Oh. In the game, he spits on him. And honest to God, I'll talk about that, but in the game, and one, yeah. Like, I knew it was coming, but they changed it up so it's made me emotional. We're gonna have some serious conversations as this series goes on. Where the fuck have you been? Oh, fucking hell. I mean, I forgot all about this in this moment. Jesus fucking Christ. How's the children? Are they safe? Are they dragging his body back? Oh, you motherfuckers. Like, I knew it was coming, right? Now that this has happened, I'll be able to talk about it in the post if anyone wants to stick around, so I can get some of my feelings out. So please stick around if you want to hear me rant and talk and stuff like that. And but I'll keep some things to myself because things go on later on. But I knew it was coming, and like I said, it's in the first reaction. I'd say this: I replayed the game for the first time since it came out. So like, and I only finished it about 2 weeks ago. So, so I prepared for it, and playing that kind of prepared me more for this. Even though I'm still crying emotional and things like that, but prepared me for this. And it helped, and I my feelings towards it softened. But there's certain things for me, that I'll get into. But yeah, I mean, I could fucking knock back a bottle of whiskey right now. I'm not going to, but I want you to know I could. And that, guys, my reaction to The Last of Us Season 2, Episode 2. Now, I'll get into it from at the start here. When the game came out, there was leaks. The leaks went hugely viral, and people were like, what the fuck, going nuts about it. People were trying to talk to me about it, and I was like, no one mentioned anything to me. I will be the judge of everything. Because, like I said, this game, I would say, is easily in my top 3 favorite games of all time. Easily. It might even be number 1. So, and I got this when I was at a moment where I was getting more into games, and it sort of like helped. What's the word? Didn't shape my life, but it just had such an impact on me as a young adult when I played this. It was when I first played Part 1, well, just the original Last of Us, that I was like, this is fucking outstanding. Now, fast forward now, I've gotten the original one, and then I've got the remastered one, and I replay it often because I love that game so much that it just, for me, is that I return back to it. I'd say on average maybe once every 2 years. Maybe, I don't know. But sometimes it could be earlier, sometimes it could be a wee bit later. But that's what I mean. So, but sometimes, yeah, I then would get my partner into it, and then I'd help her play it, and then I'd things like that, and then my mate got into it, and my brother got into it. So I've passed this game round to so many people, and so I need you to know how much of a big fan I was of the game. However, I need you also to know is that I knew nothing about what was going to happen. So I'm just going to nip that in the bud, right? Now, the game got released. It was during COVID. Everyone's going through a hard time. I was going through a hard time. Me and my partner were going through a hard time. She came around, and we were trying to sort of like get things slightly back to normal, whilst it being so difficult with still being in COVID. And yeah, got to that part in the game, and I was just taken aback by it all. And I'll tell you why. There's a couple of reasons as for why. That's something that was in the game that may come up later on, which I won't go too much into detail in. But during the trailer, when they re-released the trailer, they basically knew. I think they knew the leak was out, or there was rumors of what would happen, and then what they purposely did, they purposely made it, and and these little fuckers will make it sound like, oh well, no, we had to put like that to sort of keep you off the scent of what it was. But these little fuckers edited specific scenes that had Joel in it, so it looked like Joel was in the game. And then what they did is that, but it was a completely different character when he played it. So it wasn't that they were like, oh well, we cut in a certain way to make it look like. Some of it was that they purposely changed it to make it look like Joel was more in the game. So I've gone in blind, and that's happened. So that's one thing that's stuck with me. So I know Naughty Dog had a part of that. Now, I don't mind having processed it. I don't mind Joel dying. I do not mind Joel dying, for me. It's one of those ones where I could accept that. For me, it happening so early doors, so brutally. With everything going on, it was fucked up. Especially, again, think about it. I've been waiting 10 years. 10 years for this second game to finally come. And for me, it's been held up. And this game was like held up to me. No. So this game was, when I played it, it had nothing that would make it seem as in like, oh, Joel's a bad person. At no point did anyone think Joel is a bad person. Not for, even when it came to his decision in the end. Everyone was like, we get it. We get it, you know? And it's one of those ones where no one prejudged. But then, when you're playing, and then suddenly this happens in the game, it's like, oh yeah, well, you know, he's a bad person, so he gets it. And they're trying to go like, yeah, he's a bad person. It was like, well, you haven't made that clear in the first game. And then suddenly then, in the second game, I'm supposed to now think badly of this person. And then they'll be like, oh, it's complicated, he's a complicated fellow. Like that. But that's what they started doing in Season 1. Season 1, they realised where they went wrong in the game and started putting little bits and pieces to help progress the story into Season 2. Which is why I think it works better in this series. Because they've made the groundwork, they laid foundations. It makes sense as for why this would happen. So, and it's yeah, and basically, as things go on, I'll go on a little bit more. But for me, when that happened in the game, I literally threw my controller to the ground, and I didn't play it, I think, for a week after that. I was weeping like a little bitch. My partner was like, "Oh, it's because we were like going through a tough time, and like you know, it was real struggle for us in that moment, and that was mainly the reason why he cried." And I'm like, well, no, the main reason I cried was just Joel, and you were just second in this bit, you know? Silly comment, wasn't it? But yeah. But I mean, this is why it makes sense for me in this segment, because they built it. They built it to show how much of a complicated fellow Joel was, in the sense that he kept on hinting that he did some bad things, and look how he disassociated in the last episode. He just went around like a murderous machine, and that was it. Had no emotion, nothing. He was just there. In the game, you're having a great time. At no point are you thinking like, oh, what's the morality of all this? Should we be... No, you're like, motherfucker, die! Throwing fucking nail bombs and petrol and Molotov cocktails at these people just doing their job. And you're like, ah! Nothing. You're not, you know? So yeah, so in my opinion, again, if people might... listen, like I said, I've replayed this game, and I've softened on the game, but there's still things that I would have personally have done. I think one of them as well, I think that with someone like me who's had to wait 10 years for this then to happen, I do think that to have that happen at the start game wasn't the best idea for, because remember when your core fan base is people that played it before, the main thing in the first game was Ellie and Joel. It was their relationship. So imagine then, in the game, you then go 10 years later, okay, you remember these two? Well, we're completely going to murder this one in the most brutal way right at the start. And then you have to sort of deal with the consequences afterwards. And it's ridiculous. And things happen later on I won't mention just yet. I think I'll mention as further go on. But it's like, how do you expect me, someone who puts up like that, to feel like I'm not dissing the game itself? I think that the mechanics and some of the fucking missions were outstanding. There's things that will come in that I was like, this is so good. And I do think that there is some hate out there that is very right-wing pushed. You know, all the grifters are out there, the right-wing grifters trying to push it as in like a... because, you know, it's to do with two strong female characters, the man getting murdered, lesbians as well, and then also at some point someone else from the LGBTQ community turns up. So I understand that they hijacked the hate train on it, and that's bad. But also at the same time, in opposite view, that the stan culture also came into effect. And I'm already on a tangent here, God. But the stan culture was coming into effect. This was like towards the start of it, and especially when it comes to things like the LGBTQ community, they stand real hard, real fucking hard. It just is, you know, and that's the issue, is that then you're having people who are being ignorant over stuff to do with you know, which they shouldn't do, like right-wing ignorance and that. But then you have the left-wing ignorance where they weren't listening to what people were saying. And they were just sort of like, oh no, it's great, this is that. And they were just looking at it because it was the celebration of these characters. But this is how I feel. Again, I'm very much a left-wing person, but I'm quite... I look at things objectively, you know? And for me, that's why I think a lot of it was hijacked by those two. And obviously the right-wings are worse, don't get me wrong. I want to put that out there, okay? But I do think that that's what helped drive a massive sort of argument to it, rather than people having like a conversation about it. And hearing people out like myself, where it was, I wasn't like, I had friends who didn't play it because of the leaks. Simple as that. I had friends who then played it, who then didn't like certain things that were pushed in it, you know. And, well, I say friends, but you know what I mean, like, you know, and I say pushed, you know, sorry. But so let's see. So I've yeah. So these things did affect, but there was no sort of conversation to listen into. Oh yeah. So I personally, if you wanted to sort of look at it to be like a way of story, I think the story could have been told better, and I think the story could have been told better in, like, you know, for the game. And as like I said, I will explain as we go on certain things that happen later on. But at this point, I think Joel's death should have come later or midway through, you know. But again, later, I think that I honestly do think that there could have been a way to sort of change it a little. Not change it a little, sorry. They could have, but no. But this is the main point. This is what starts it going forward. So I can't say about but I think if I did the game, if I was doing the game, I personally would go, that can come later. This thing can come later on. You know? Personally, I'd still keep the death, but it would happen later on, and I'd find something else that might be that drive, like that, to push things later on. You know what I mean? I'm sounding like I'm going around it, but I just wanted to get out there is that for me as it stands, is that's how I would have done it. You know, I feel like I'm just rambling there, but personally, that's how I would have made it a lot more. I would have built it up rather than do, which they've done better this time. Again, like I said, they've done better in the TV show. They've done better to help build up in the sense of like who Abby is, because in the game she just fucking appears, and it's like, oh right, and you play as her. In the scene where Joel comes and helps her and stuff like that, and then it leads into this scene. So it makes you think these things. Like, you don't know what the motive is, whereas this one, you know what she wants to do, and it helps the people. That's why they changed it. So that's what. So again, they can't fundamentally change where Joel does it, because again, because that would be too much of a change. But if we were to go back and do it again, I'd go, yeah, just move it a little bit further, move it further down, you know, and you know, you just get how it is. But I know, again, like I said, stan culture, and people will be like, no, it's perfect, no, it's not. You like, what was it? I remember someone said, like, you just don't like strong female characters, and I'm like, I fucking love strong female characters, you know. Like, you know, that's like, I'm literally here saying, no, make her buff. Like, I'm like, someone said that once. I was like, that's no. And then people were like, oh, is it trans? You know, is it something to do with LGBT? I was like, no, I'm very much an ally. So that's the issue, is that it's so competitive that it became such a, I don't know, that's what I'm looking for. It became like a cauldron of just people just throwing shit in and just overflowing, that you couldn't really have a nuanced conversation. Is that the right word to use? I don't know. So yeah, that's my opinion on the game, but this is the show. So I'll talk about the show, I'll go through the notes, and I'll explain things as I go on, right? So her waking up from the nightmare at the start, again, you get that throughout the game. I think it was like 3 times she's running towards the same door, the corridor, and it's like, alright, okay, shit. I thought they were going to do like exactly like it was in the game, but they changed it slightly, and I like that. That felt more nightmare-y. Again, the whole sort of like that dream felt more like how it has been since post Sopranos, where it didn't necessarily make the most sense, but it still made sense, you know. So yeah, so I really like the change in the nightmare. Again, I also like the fact that we had the group who were realizing shit, like, was probably, this is too much, we can't do this, and we have to convince her not to go ahead with this plan. And it is like just dumb fucking luck that she's able to come across Joel, but we'll get to that. But that's how it was in the game, and that's how it is in it. So it is how it is. Installation of the dead, right? I want to talk about that to do with the again, this whole thing with the attack on Jackson, completely new, and I loved it. I loved it. It makes sense. Hold on, let me just quickly clear my throat. It makes sense that for things which I can probably explain in the next episode, but it makes sense again. Everything to do with the horde, horde or herd. No, it's herd. With the herd coming like. And again, the fact that they were able to do because he went into the pipes and if they felt the what you call it, the touch of the fucking hammer or whatever, and that's why they all started going towards it. It makes sense. It does, you know. But I really like how different this was. I'm just going to talk about this in full actually whilst we're here. I honestly, God, I thought it was a great addition to have them chasing them and then suddenly then just run off into the opposite direction. They know something's coming. The fact that the dead are using their own to fucking shield themselves from the snow falling. I love the fact that that we got evolution of certain ones. Now, it's not some of it's evolution, don't get me wrong, like again, they're learning some a little bit different. I like again with the stalker with that. But also again, that was what was good about the game, was that you got different versions of different new versions of the infected, and I'm all about that. And I think when the second game came out, I said to myself when I first played it, I was like, and I finished it, I was like, I don't think if they do a third one, I'm definitely not buying again. I could not give my money to what happened after what happened. If it came out again, if it came out now, if the third game came out soon, I maybe wouldn't buy it. If someone got it for me, I'd definitely play it. But if I wouldn't buy it at full price, that's for certain. I'm still a little bit butthurt at Naughty Dog for how they did the trailer. Like honestly, God, that's it for me. There's I have a lot of opinions about the game, and I think that Naughty Dog are quite at fault as well for how they portrayed it. So anyway, but again, kudos to them for coming up with this idea to. Again, they're using the dead as a way to insulate. And then there was like the shifting sand, like, you know, when it's moving and then they're all coming out. Fucking great stuff. Love that. It was so good. Then once the town realising that it's coming towards them, that sort of last stand, the battle, like the battle at the wall in like Game of Thrones, I had that feel, the snow, the ice, the explosions, the fire, the barrels getting thrown out, the dogs coming out. It was fucking amazing. I loved it. And that's like it gives you more of an understanding of certain characters as well. Again, there's a lot of people dead as well, but it gave you more with Tommy. And Tommy's a fucking beast. Absolute beast. And he's just so good. He was just so good. That, again, I love me a bloater. I hate me a bloater in the game. Don't get me wrong, when I at the start of the game when I get a blower, I'm like, fuck, shit, blower, because it has been like a year since I played it. I'm like, oh, fuck. But then once I get into, like, halfway through the game and give me a blur, I'm like, yeah, I've got this. It's easy. I'm really good at Last of Us. Like, you know, well, listen, there's people that will have it on very, very, very hard, and you have to work around with a lot of stuff. But I always put it nicely on the medium and just enjoy the story and the gameplay, so you're not too easy, not too hard. I'm very good at the game. I love that. But bloater is like, again, like, you know, once I get used to it, I'm like, yeah, piss easy, fuck off, nerd. But they just, something about him in this one, again, it goes to show the resilience of this creature, because it took so many, again, you saw it in the first season, but it took so much of a, like, sort of beating with bullets, and it was still chasing them down. I love the fact that, again, it's a little bit sort of like plot armor-ish, in the sense that Tommy was surrounded by like runners and clickers, and he wasn't getting hit once by them or the people that were shooting him. There was no stray bullets, and he was able to hit them like from front, and for the bird to be like pretty much like you and chase after him. It was busy, but again, I love it. That whole thing to do with, you know, I was about to say jetpack, not the jetpack, the not Molotov cocktail, the flamethrower. The flamethrower is fucking great. Again, I love that. Again, you didn't know if he was going to have it all. He used the entire tank on one bloater, and it nearly still got him. I love how it was, again, it's just so resilient, so it shows those ones, like, listen, I think this show does well to show why, like, that's what I love about these fast creatures. It goes, like, we should fear them. Hold on, let me just respond to a message. Yeah, like, we should fear them because they're so fast, they're so aggressive. There's two different ones, and look how resilient they are to death and murder and stuff like that. So, yeah, it was just top. It was such a good thing for them to do, you know. Really enjoyed it. Like, you know, again, explains why people, again, weren't really coming out to help the others because they were dealing with their own thing. So, but yeah. Again, I like the fact that, again, it was after the incident the night before. Again, I wrote down big sandwich because that's what happened, is that he gave it a sandwich and then she was like to Jesse, here, do you want a bigger sandwich? He was like, all right, you know. So, but yeah, it felt like he felt more genuine in that moment. Her and Jesse having the conversation about Dina. Again, quite a lot of the stuff was still like almost shot for shot. I'm interested to see if they do continue after season 2 for a season 3. I'm interested to see if they do decide to do that, what they're going to have from that when it's just their own material, you know. There's nothing, I could watch it and not have like prior knowledge to it. It's weird, isn't it, is that I'm not the biggest comic book reader. I tend to like to watch the stuff and then read the comics afterwards so I can enjoy both medias. But it's rare that I can watch something and be like, I know what happens. I always go in, you know, ready for that, and then I'll then go back afterwards. So it'd be interesting to do if they do a season 3, what the hell they're going to go about it. But yeah, but then you come up with her the mention of her and Joel being cool, and it's like, well, what? But again, if you know, you know. The mention of the weed farm in Eugene. Again, we're getting more to do with Eugene. The fact that he some of my mate said something. Yeah, Eugene, about him having to get put down, but they had no choice. Again, they must have to do a bite. It had to have done with that, or maybe something else, we don't know. Maybe his drug addiction was too much, and Joel was like, ugh. But I doubt it. But yeah, but the weed farm, again, things were changed slightly from the game. It wasn't Jesse and Ellie sorry. It wasn't Jesse and Ellie found it. It was Ellie and Dina found it, you know. And Jesse, and it wasn't, and out with Joel was Tommy, but Tommy's obviously in this dealing with the camp. So yeah, so it did change things up a wee bit, but not too much. But yeah, I'm just looking at here the infected being in the snow. Joel and Dina. Yeah, Joel. That bit again. Sorry, the infected coming out, chasing her, and then that claustrophobic. I read that claustrophobic moment of them pushing up against the fence. It's so, again, even when I'm watching, when I was playing it, I was like, and then while I watched it, I was like, okay, are we gonna, you know? So, yeah, I thought that was good. Again, they copied a lot from, not copied, they replicated or reinvent. No, they probably replicated stuff from the game, but they made their own stuff as well. But replicating that bit from the game really did. But again, goes to show you how aggressive they are, how big in numbers they are, how big in numbers makes them stronger they are. You know, things like that. So it was real. I really enjoyed that. Yeah. Hold the explosion. I've spoken about things to do with Jackson. And again, it goes to show again Abby's desperation for her to be able to get Joel, because again she's there, recognize it. They end up convinces them to go up to the lodge, and then when they're like, he sees Jackson burn, she's like tricks him by convincing him to come up to the lodge to be able to get guns, bullets, all this sort of stuff to be able to help people. Again, leans again. I get why she's pissed, because listen, that's one thing as well, is that I understand Abby's side of it. Again, it's revenge. You know, it's revenge. We all love revenge. It is. So the fact is that Abby has revenge. I cannot dislike that. Because if anyone else did, which I've watched many 80s films with revenge being the main reason behind stuff, and I'm like, fuck yeah. So I cannot dislike that. So I get why she's done it, but it's also like, again, it's showing her desperation to get him back, and then like tricking them into thinking that they're going to get away with it. So yeah, so I getting him up there. Obviously, all this stuff's happening in Jackson. Just reading stuff as it goes down. The deserters that left, by the way, just reading it now as I go through. The deserters left Tommy and his mate with the thing. Let's put it this way: if this was Game of Thrones, they'd be hanging from a noose after the battle. So if they either best be infected or sent out into the wilderness, because a lot more people died because of their inability to hold the line. So yeah, that's what I think. But again, can we just have another moment for the dogs? For the dogs. Everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, the dogs. Yeah, blows are defeated, eventually, blow defeated, eventually, I wrote down. I wrote down, get to the cabin! That's what I wrote that down. Yeah, Abby then having that moment of turning on us. Like, I will say is that they decided to sit in that moment again. For me, again, like I said, is that I cannot fault Abby for her revenge. It's her revenge. She needs it. She has to have it. I completely get it from her point of view. I don't like it, but I get it from her point of view. And her not wanting to make it quick, again, I get it because, again, she wants to put the suffering onto him what he's put onto her. I don't like it, but I get it. But I like the fact that we did sit in and it did help to explain things to people about the Doctor again. And they really are... what do you call it? They really are underplaying the fact that he was innocent in the sense that her father was innocent, that he was a doctor. He did have a weapon in his hand. I don't care what anyone says. But he was about to murder a 14-year-old child. Granted, it may have, not confirmed, it may have made a cure. May have. There was no guarantee, and there's no guarantee in science. Full stop. Ironic that I said that. But as I said, so may have. So there's no guarantee, but he was willing to do it for the greater good. The greater good. Hoffa's quote. So for me, it's like you can't justify, because again, you can't justify that because that's the moral compass of the whole thing, was Joel right to do it or not? But then also you say the exact same thing. If you were in that position, would you have done what Joel done? Or would you have let someone that young, that's someone that you care for a lot, almost like a daughter, if not already in some people's situations, think of that, was that with your daughter? Would you? And the answer is 99.99% of the time, people will be like, no, yeah, I'd kill every single one. I agree with Joel. So, just put it out there. Your man was looking to kill a child. So yeah, so he wasn't that innocent, but yeah, it doesn't matter. It does matter. I do think that it's a... I think that it's a thing that's sort of... They don't really look on it too much as in a... Everything's like Joel was wrong for this, but it's also like, well, we were acting like the Fireflies were wrong for this in the first season / the first game, so... Where's the weight of that to this one? You know, I get that we showed no aspect of that in like as in like Abby's perspective in the first one, because you know we were seeing the Joel and Ellie's point of view. So again, this one it's like that we're seeing just her point of view, but there's no argument, no debate as for why the morality of all. It's again, it's just like, all right, cool, and it's like. And I'm not going to lie, the moral question did not hit me once in the sense of like, oh, should I be really thinking? I'm like, no, I want to murder these fucks. And no, there was nothing. That could happen. Could happen. No, on my watch. I'm telling you right now, I want to explain something, and I'll do it at the end of the series if things are tied up in a bow. But I'll do it at this point. If at the end of the first game, when Joel comes out, and is like, and Marlene was it Marlene? I can't remember now. Was like, stop. You can still do this. Just hand her over. We'll forget this happened. Just let this go on. Now, let's say that they get at the end gave you like on a game, press X for like hand over or circle to not hand over. There at no other option, at no point would I ever press hand her over. I would kill Marlene every single fucking time. I might YouTube to see what dumb fuck actually decided to hand her over and see what the end product was. But I will never. It's kind of like in GTA 5 when it came to when you had to pick either kill Trevor, kill Michael, or don't kill either of them, and all three of these like try and solve each other's issues. They gave you that option. Did I choose to kill any of my mates? Did I fuck? I always say them when we kill people together. I YouTube to see what happened though. To be like, oh, is that? Yeah, I'm glad I didn't do it. It is what it is. So I'm telling you right now, I would never, ever, ever, ever have the moment to be like, yeah, no, this is it. This is not real life. I don't have to have this moral thought. Let me just murder people and just be happy. So yeah. It might seem disgusting to some people I have that thought, but for me, I'm just like, I'm alright. You know? But yeah. So yeah. So now moving on to that then. Abby, turns on him. I like the fact they did keep it with, even though I didn't like the fact that it happened, and I wish it came later on. I'm glad they did keep it with the golf club. I thought they would have been a bit more brutal with it, but I think that they probably knew that if they wanted to keep some viewers, they may have. It was probably best that they didn't use that, because again, if although the game did end, it was like, all right, they would have learned from the game, and they were like, no, HBO might have been like, because you could just make it less brains everywhere, so yeah. But again, shotgun to the knee. I completely, again, when she did, I was like, oh my god, and I was like, well, yeah, that is how it happens. Ellie coming in again. This is what I mean, is that they changed it slightly, because when it was leading up to it, I had no real kind of emotions to it. I honestly was like, I was worried. At one point, I was like, I'm not reacting to this, because I was afraid I was just going to be like Dennis Reynolds making a murderer, just like that. But they knew how to tug at my heartstrings, and I think a lot of people's heartstrings, the ones that were expecting it, they knew they had to change it, alter it slightly, with having we're having Ellie drag herself over to him, and the way it was again, it wasn't anyone waking up, she just made her way over to him. The sobbing as well, that she was like, again, it was screaming, get the fuck off, and and then no, please don't, and then I'm going to fucking kill you. Like, people, and I don't know why I like to jump on Bella, because she doesn't look like the character, and I think it's fucking disgusting that people listen, it's, if you want to have people that look like the character, like play them like shot for shot, that's fine. But if you're going for the best person that can act, then they've gone probably maybe for the best person, And Bella Ramsey's fucking fantastic, and she's just, I don't know how I've gone on to this. Honestly, I just think she's fantastic, and they had to change it slightly to, I'm gonna circle back to make it more compelling, so it wasn't like, sorry, now I remember what it was. That whole sort of, I'm gonna fucking kill you. I felt that for deep. I felt that echoed through my fucking emotion chamber, like, it was just, I felt, and then the whole dragging herself over to then hold his hand and then cuddling up to his face, fucking, it was different enough to get me to cry. If they didn't change it, it probably would have been the worst reaction. It would have been like, but so I guess well done for changing it slightly, but not enough. But then them bringing them bodies home, they never showed that. Never thought of that, how they got them home. It's fucking horrible to think about it. He's back there again. Ellie on the horse as well. Almost like it's in such a shock, but was also trying to battle the cold and etc. It's like, fucking hell, Jesus. It's great acting from her. At the aftermath of Jackson after being attacked, people having to shoot people that were bitten, And again, I don't know whether Tommy found out about Joel, maybe got the radio through, or if he was just so emotionally drained from what happens. I don't know, but it was just a great little montage to, again, just to hammer home exactly what fucking happened. So, yeah. I mean, listen, I enjoyed the episode for what it was. I knew it was coming, you know? So, it's... I can't really argue with what I knew was coming. I can't, you know? And I still think it was very well done. I think they changed enough for people like me who may have been coming in... Not people like me, this burst people out, but people coming in who knew about it. I was going to say, people negative like me. I'm not negative, far from it. But people like me who, you know, who knew this was coming, it gave us something new to be like, oh my god, oh shit, they did change. What's going to happen with, you know, with to do with Jackson? So they changed it like that, but whether they may bring back people who don't like the second game if they're watching, I doubt it. There is a lot of hate watchers out there, so they may watch him change their mind. I doubt it, but I hope so, because again, if they're able to, not maybe like, you don't have to be happy, but to understand the craftsmanship and the work that went into it and the acting and everything about that, it was just, yeah, I enjoyed the episode. It's probably the best way to play it, whilst also being absolutely fucking heartbroken. But yeah, I'm going to leave it there though, guys, because I'm tired. I want to cry. I still need to convert this and then edit it. It's going to be a long evening. But I'm going to leave it there. So thank you for watching. If you liked the video, please like the video. Comment down below. What do you think of this episode? Did you play the game? What do you think of the differences in the game to this one? What do you think of the murder scene? Do you think Joel's death shouldn't have happened? Should have came later? What do you think of Abby? What do you think of her crew? Oh my god, her crew. I didn't even talk about her crew, but I'll talk about her crew as the season goes on. Don't you fucking worry. Yeah, what do you think of everything? The attack on Jackson, the blow to her, scene with Tommy and the blower, etc. Everything, comment down below, that'd be great. If you like these types of videos, please subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, get a notification every time I upload. Bunch of other videos around here to do me and other people. Now, I do Doctor Who reactions, I do them by myself. I've done Shooty's first season, there's 2 Christmas specials, and I'm currently reacting to his second season. I also do Doctor Who reactions. I also do Doctor Who reactions with my little brother Charlie. We're doing New Who. We're on season 4 with Tennant and Catherine Tate's Donna Noble. And those are released every 2 weeks on a Saturday. I also do Marvel reactions, have done since Moon Knight. Most recently, I did Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man and Daredevil Born Again. Coming up, I'll be doing Ironheart. I also did the films, Phase 1 to 3, the Infinity Saga. I did those with my mate Josh. They're a little bit rough around the edges because they were when I first started the channel, but I still think they're good reactions. I also do Star Wars reactions, have done since Obi-Wan Kenobi. Most recently with Skeleton Crew. I do weekly releases of The Bad Batch, and coming up I'll be doing Andor Season 2. And I also do reactions to DC. I've done Creature Commandos and The Penguin. I'll be doing their future series and other series that come out for DC under the helm of James Gunn. Coming up, I'll also be doing reactions to Fallout Season 2, Rings of Power Season 3, House of the Dragon Season 3, The Boys Season 5, but there'll be other things that I haven't mentioned I will be doing reactions to, guys. So if anything like that sounds like it takes your fancy, like, subscribe, notification bell, all that jazz. But thank you again for watching. I'll see you out there.